Welcome back. And power is obviously one of those in focus, and renewable energy, of course. And one multi-bagger of sorts over the last 2 to 3 years has been Suzlon. And we're joined by Mr. Girish Tanti, Executive Vice Chairman, Suzlon Group, joining us this morning. They've won a new order of 100 megawatts from GAIL. Firstly, welcome, Mr. Tanti. Let me start off by the latest order win. What's the execution period? If you can quickly highlight that, and it's obviously for a S120 product, if I understand that right. Give us the texture with regard to margins for that product.
Yeah. So thank you for having me. I think our currently, if you see our order book in terms of the contribution of PSUs as well as C&I segment, it's close to about 64%. This specific order is, of course, a long-standing relationship which we have with GAIL, and further developing to build this project. I think this is over the last 15 years, we've had several projects that we've built with them, and it's a long-term relationship that we have. So this particular project in specific is with our 120 S120, which is one of our critical projects product that we have, along with 144 that we have a second product. And the project is basically planned to get done in next 12 to 18 months. The margin levels largely are aligned to most of our regular product and the EBITDA margin which we have. It's kind of aligned to those.
Realization timeline though for this particular order, Mr. Tanti?
Sorry?
The revenue realization timeline?
Yeah, so typically, as I said, the revenue falls between about 12 to 18 months. It's a spread over order, which we kind of install over the 18 months period.
Okay. And what's the total current order book looking like at this juncture?
So we have now, we closed the year with about 6 gigawatts of order book. And, as I was saying, it's distributed between all our three segments. The bidding segment, which has about 30% of the 35% of it, and balance 65% comes from PSU as well as the C&I segment. The C&I segment is picking up very fast in India, and the adoption of renewables by India Inc. is moving very fast.
You had earlier also talked about expansion plans around your blade capacity. Update me on that front. What exactly is happening? And what's the suggested timeline around the 3 new AI-enabled smart blade factories?
Yeah, so this plans, all the plans are getting into action this year. So we will see them getting up and running during the part of this year. They are spread out. Largely what's happening is that as the project sizes are growing large, and almost now 9 states across the country where we have wind installation, starting from Rajasthan right up to Tamil Nadu. And with this, we need to make sure that we have manufacturing plants closer to the large projects that we are building, and the size of projects are also growing to almost one side going to about gigawatts plus. And the large blades that we manufacture now, I mean, the S144 blades, if you kind of look at the size of the blades, they are pretty large. Almost when you put them on ground, they are larger than an A380 aeroplane also. So these are very big size blades, and therefore we need to be closer to the sites where we are installing the projects.
And with regard to capacity, Mr. Tanti, with regard to capacity, you have the bandwidth to increase capacity fairly quickly. Is there a plan in the pipeline, and how quickly do you go up, and what's the phase of increase looking like at FY27?
Yes, I think if you see overall growth journey for the industry, also if you look, we closed the year with almost 48% growth, 46% growth for the whole industry, with a 6 gigawatts of annual new capacity addition, with which now the overall capacity for wind in our country has grown to about 56 gigawatts. And I expect by the year end, for the current financial year, we'll grow close to about 65 gigawatts as total installed capacity. And Suzlon being the leading player, we kind of plan to kind of maintain our leadership position as we grow along.
A couple of questions, Mr. Tanti, that I had for you. Of course, as global conflicts push up energy costs, tell me, how is it that renewables as a segment can help India reduce their dependence on imported energy and ensure stability? And also, with increased electrification now, with EV and AI adoption in India, what does this really mean for the renewable sector?
Yeah, I think, in the current state of affairs, energy security and energy affordability has become kind of the top national agenda for most nations. And I think the global conflicts only kind of stepping up that situation. And the good thing, of course, for India is that we've moved in the last 10 years, where today we stand almost 50% plus installed capacity of energy that we have today comes from renewables, which makes us self-reliant for that part. So it works as a shock absorber in such geopolitical, uncertainties that we have. I think most nations which have had renewables as a focus area, the kind of stability that it gives them and self-resilience during such times is significant. What we are also seeing is that with the AI as well as EV demand which is coming up, the overall electricity demand across the world, for the first time, we are seeing almost all nations increase in electricity demand. And India, too, is seeing a significant step up going ahead on electrification and the data centers that are coming due to AI. And I think renewables it fits pretty well into this current demand structure for a few reasons. I think first and foremost, renewables is modular in nature. So quick deployment, you are able to deploy it very quickly to meet the immediate demand. The second is that it is distributed in nature. So you can almost install renewables across all the states of our country. So therefore, that's another advantage. You don't need heavy grid development to take power from one center to the other center. So you kind of move very fast. And thirdly, I think with the current level of scale and maturity that wind and solar has reached, the affordability and the cost of energy is amongst the cheapest from any source that you can get today in India.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tanti, for coming in and speaking with us, giving us that perspective with regard to renewable energy and how the industry is doing.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay. Let me